This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what up? Happy Wednesday evening. The Jason Walker Show, hanging out inside the man cave. Big show coming up today. Guy Almquist, Capital Boys coach, is going to join us, talk about the big matchup this week. Also, what does he think of the shot clock? After 7 games, he was a big proponent of getting it into high school in Montana. We're also going to talk to Fox News senior meteorologist Janice Dean. She's got a new book coming out, friend of the show, and much more here to come. You can watch on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, and so many more great places. As always, just go to jasonwalkershow.com for anything you may have missed or want to rewatch. So, the Walk Up is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes. They are the premier log home company in the industry with 3 distinct divisions, so you can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. Check them out at yourcustomlog.com to get started today. Let's see here. Got some news. Marcus Knight, running back for the Grizz, entered the transfer portal at the end of the year. He's going to stay in Missoula, but he's going to play lacrosse instead of football. So there you go. Let's see here. High school rankings came out yesterday. We'll run through the AA boys. Billings West, followed by the Helena High Bengals, Skyview, who West beat last night, Hellgate and Capital. Class A, top 5, Lewistown, Butte Central, Billings Central, Hamilton, Columbia Falls. Class B, it's Loyola. They got a big win. Big Fork, Fairfield, Columbus, Wolf Point, your top 5. In Class C, it's Luster Christian, Harleton, Rygate, Judith Gap, West Yellowstone, Manhattan Christian, and Belt. Girls AA, Capital Girls sitting number 1, 6-1 on the year. West number 2, Gallatin 3, Skyview 4, Hellgate 5. Gallatin had never won more than a game in its previous couple of seasons at the varsity level, now 5-2. Class A, Billings Central, Dillon, Browning, Laurel, and Hardin. Class B, top 5, Big Fork, Huntley, Malta, Baker, Big Timber. Class C, Saco, Whitewater, Hinsdale, followed by Roy, Winifred, Plentywood, Manhattan Christian, and Chinook. Those 5 combined have 1 loss. There's good basketball being played high school in Montana, as is the case every single year. It just is. And it's fun to watch. Let's see here. Montana coaches Iona Stuckey of Huntley Project, Josh Monroe of Glacier, been named National Coaches of the Year for the 21-22 school year. This comes from the National Federation of State High School Associations Coaches Association. Man, that's a mouthful. Stuckey in 21 led the Red Devils back to state for the 13th time to win it. Repeated this past fall. They were 32-0 2 years ago. I don't know why it takes 2 years or year and a half to get national coaches put out. Stuckey's been the Montana Coach of the Year 13 times. She's in the MSUB Athletic Hall of Fame, Montana Coaches Hall of Fame, and is 929 and 177 overall. Monroe at Glacier, 17 divisional titles for tennis, 10 boys, 7 girls, 14 individual state champs, 3-time Coach of the Year for the boys, 1 for the girls, and doubles or the 3-2-1. The debate team at Glacier, 6 state championships under Monroe, and 8 individual state champs. So congratulations there. Let's see here. What else did we got? Frontier basketball resuming tomorrow. You've got Big Sky basketball resuming tomorrow. And this is cool news for the University of Providence. Hockey is back. They're going to play a limited schedule this year, but they are back. There was a lot of concern if they weren't going to have a hockey team this year. They will. Tommaso DeAngelis, your head coach, coming from the East Coast. He's got about 14 guys, so they've got enough room for basically 2 lines on the offense and a couple lines on the defense, but it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be fun to watch. They'll play at Missoula, 8:30 Friday, 8 p.m. Saturday in Missoula. I think those times are right. It's 8 and 8:30. I can't remember if it's Friday, Saturday, which is 8 and which is 8:30. But good luck to them. Bobcat hockey ranked number 2 in the region right now. So good college hockey being played as well. As always, you can tweet us at JWalkerSports, our email, jason@jasonwalkershow.com, and our phone number, 406-209-1267, if you want to text or call in and speak about whatever's on your mind, sports-wise, in the state of Montana. Because there's always great stuff to talk about. Let's see here. What else did we get to today? Mentioned that, I think, was there, what's this? Oh, that we already got to that yesterday. Okay. Let's see here. Got Crosstown coming up this weekend. Got the girls on Friday, boys on Saturday. Always great times in Helena for Crosstown, and both games are going to be really good, I think. Really, really good. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on this weekend as well. So lots of great stuff going on, though, as we mention a lot here on the show, because that's what we do, is talk about Montana high school sports. Let's see here. Anything else? No, I think that's pretty good as we stay away from the political side of things. Montana State hockey, by the way, at home, taking on Eastern Washington this weekend. And if you have not watched college hockey, do. If you get a chance to go in Missoula, Bozeman, or even in Great Falls, it's really good hockey. And these kids are lots of fun to watch. Got to call a couple hockey games. Geez, it's been 4 years now, 3 and 4 years now. Wow, that's a while ago for SWX. We'll be back. We'll be doing some more SWX stuff coming up, which is always fun. I love doing that and telling great stories of the kids. Not that I tell great stories. The kids have the great stories, and I get to relay them, both in high school and college. So there you go. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Speaking of great athletes, Capital Boys, the state champs last year. And we'll talk to their head coach. Guy Almquist will join us, 5-2 on the year, 2-2 in the Western AA, and a big matchup coming up this weekend with Helena High. 2nd-ranked Bengals and the 5th-ranked Bruins. We'll talk to Guy Almquist coming up. The Walk-Up, presented by Montana Custom Log Homes. They are veteran-owned, family-owned, woman-owned, and operated. 50-plus years experience, the finest craftsmen available in Western United States, and over 15 floor plans. You can go in with your own, or they'll work with you to create the log home of your dreams and your budget. Check out Montana Custom Log Homes at Your Custom Log to get started today. Guy Almquist, when we come back here. Jason Walker Show.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Ah, summer. A time to work in the yard and get all those projects that you've been thinking about all winter done. And when you've had enough, go to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar to cool off, relax, laugh a little or a lot, your choice, have a drink and play your favorite games. There's plenty of new games and your old favorites. Now, if you don't want to work hard and the relaxing part sounds the best to you, then just head over to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar on Dredge behind Jade Restaurant. Happy summer, everyone.
L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Wednesday. Our Twitter at JWalkerSports. Tweet us anytime with what's on your mind. 209-1267. If you want to text or call in, talk about Montana sports anytime during the show as well. The segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Well, it is a big matchup coming up this week as Helena High takes on Capital, both the boys and the girls. Top 5 matchup in Class AA for the boys. 5th-ranked Bruins, 2nd-ranked Bengals. Joining us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline to chat about the Bruins, also known as the Bruins, is the head coach, 2-time state champ, Guy Almquist joins us here. Jason Walker Show. 1. All right, Coach, it's been a couple weeks. How's life? How are you? And all that fun stuff.
Life is good. Yeah, we're well into 2023 and into the middle of the heart of the basketball season, and can't complain. So excited about this week's matchup and just working with our guys trying to get better.
You guys had a tough loss against Glacier, bounce back or win against Flathead. What was the weekend like with the 1-1 split?
You know, it's this season, and especially this early going, has been a process for us. You know, we've had a successful start so far. I mean, we're 5-2, but just 2-2 in conference, and to our standards, we feel like we can be better, and I think we're on the way. Like you said, we had a tough game against Glacier. We had a chance to kind of close that out and didn't get it done, but we learned from that. Our guys definitely took things to heart from that game, and we're continuing to make adjustments and kind of find our way offensively. Responded well on the second day against Flathead. Held the team to 37 points that had scored no less than 49 in any of their home games up to that point. So our guys are responding, trying to get better, and a lot of season ahead of us. Yeah, for sure. As we talked to Guy Almquist on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, one thing that I've known about you over the last almost 10 years of covering you is you're up and down depending on the year, depending on what you have on the roster for rebounding. But I think you're a plus 10 almost for rebounding this year. That's got to be a benefit. Yeah, plus 10. You can't complain about that. You know, that has to be an emphasis for us, right? We're trying to play to our strengths, and that's certainly something that we feel like we can do pretty well. I mean, it's not just, I think people think about the offensive rebounding, but it's also from a defensive standpoint, limiting the other team to one shot. Mm-hmm. I think that's crucial as well. And then, of course, if you can rebound defensively, you can get out transition. So we're trying to put that all together. Kids have done a nice job. It's been an emphasis. It's always been an emphasis for us, and certainly an advantage for us so far this season. You guys have that inside game working pretty well. Obviously, Hayden Opitz, not so much yet on the outside. Is it just a matter of time before you guys catch fire from outside? I think so. I can slowly start to see us improving in certain areas. So number one, as you mentioned, Hayden is doing a great job in there, and he gets a lot of attention. And we're working with him to improve on his passing, too. I mean, that's something that you kind of take for granted. And he's becoming a better passer. And we're starting to get the looks we want. And we know we've got some kids who are going to make shots eventually. And we're just sticking with them, continuing to do the right things and trying to breathe some confidence into them. But I think when that does take, and it will, you're going to see us become a pretty potent offensive team when you maybe can't give Hayden as much attention as he's getting inside right now. Have you brought in Gary Turcotte yet to teach him how to pass out of that double team or recognize it before it gets there? We haven't brought him in yet, but certainly the things that I've learned over the years from him is exactly what we're trying to do. So it's just those little things. Again, you're never quite as good as you think you are, never quite as bad as you think you are. For us offensively, we're a lot closer when I watch film. It's just a little thing here or there, maybe just a little bit of confidence, and maybe just time. Just a little time and experience. We have 9 seniors, but we do have 5 or 6 of them that really haven't played much varsity basketball, and we're working our way into it. And like I said, I can see that progress, and that's the most important thing. Speaking of watching film, you should have Hayden watch old film of like Ryan Imhoff, because he was really good at passing before the double team came. Yeah.
He was
no doubt about that. I think being 6'6" helped him quite a bit too.
That's true.
Hayden is at 6'2", and as I kid him, I think he's getting shorter every day. But no, he's doing a real good job. And again, if I look at the film the start of the year to right now, we've improved quite a bit in that area, and we're starting to get our spacing down, our cutting down a little bit better, and I'm excited about what's ahead of us. Take me through the guards play so far this year, because like you said, it's a different style than last year, but where are you pleased the most? I think Tyler Kovic's doing a great job at point guard for us. He's certainly a different style point guard than most anybody has. He's really kind of unique in his talent. He plays the point guard position like he plays his position defensively for the Bruin football team. He's going to average probably about 6-7 points, 4 or 5 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists, 2 or 3 steals, and just kind of stack the stat sheet. And he does a great job of competing, anticipating. he's a very underrated passer, a good defender, and a great competitor. And so I think he's doing a great job. And this year he's 4-7 from the three-point line as well. And he started to get some more confidence in himself there. So I think he's doing a great job playing guard for us right now.
I was talking with some coaches over the weekend, and like Steve Kettler and Katie Garson-Forby yesterday, your girls' counterpart. But when you work hard on defense in high school, it's amazing because, you know, I think in today's society of the me first, I'm not going to get on highlights if I play great defense. Defense is work, and that's what you guys have done really well this year.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's what's going to ultimately matter in the biggest games. You know, when you get to tournament time, you're not going to be able to shoot it well 3 straight nights. That just does not happen for anybody. And so you have to be able to win when you don't shoot well. And I think we're a team that can do that. And so I think as we progress here, and our kids are buying in, right? I think you've got to have that buy-in. Our kids are bought in. That matters. They enjoy it. And it's a good feeling to be able to know that, you know, we can stop the other team and we can get out in transition. And the better you play defense, the more pressure it kind of takes off you on the offensive end. If you're struggling to get stops and then on the other end you're struggling to make shots, that can snowball real quick. So we know what our foundation is, especially this basketball team. We're a very good defensive team. We rebound the ball very well. We know that's a great foundation to have as the season moves on.
Capital Boys coach Guy Almquist, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. You're going to face a really good team this week, the second-ranked team in the state, according to the Power Poll. They can score the Bengals, and they're also really good on defense, too. So where do you start on the game plan on the Bengals? Yeah,
they've been playing great. And that's you can see it, right? Yep. I mean, they could easily be undefeated at this point. And I think they've been talented the last couple of years, but this team looks to be a little bit more cohesive. So I think Coach Day's done a great job bringing this unit together. And certainly it starts with their 2 sensational sophomores, right? And they don't play like sophomores. I mean, those are not regular sophomores out there. Those are experienced, mature, great competitors who are playing as sophomores right now. It's just not the usual look. So their aggressiveness and their ability to hit shots has really changed things for them. And I think it's kind of lifted their entire team along with them. It's kind of breathed some confidence into that group. And you know, we have to figure out a way to make it difficult. Now, we're not going to stop them from scoring, but we need to make sure that both Wetzel and Lieberg are having to take a lot of shots to get their points. And, you know, on the other side of that, their supporting cast is doing a great job too. Now, they don't go extremely deep. They're pretty much playing 6 guys right now. But it's been very effective today.
Well, when you look at a guy like Jackson Lieberg or Tevin Wetzel, I mean, the names alone make them athletes, right? and they can do it on both sides of the ball. But defensively, like you said, I mean, it's tough to shut one or the other down. You're not going to shut them down. Pick your poison, I guess, right? I mean,
I think that you just have to make it tough. You have to make sure they don't get the easy ones. You have to make sure early in games they don't get a wide open transition layup and their confidence becomes sky high early in a basketball game. We just have to make sure it's tough. We're not going to stop them from scoring. They're too talented to do that. But we do need to make sure that everything they get, they earn. We need to make sure that Helena High doesn't get any second chance opportunities. And we need to make sure we have good floor balance, so they have to go against our half-court defense, because we think if it's in the half-court against us defensively, we can have some success there.
This will be a different game, because this isn't going to be one of those first 1 to 30 or 35 wins. I mean, there could be some points put up.
Yeah, I think so. I think the higher the score is probably a benefit to Helena High. That being said, we won't be looking to slow it down. I think our kids play with a little bit different confidence when the pace is faster. So, as we discussed, it's hard to score against AA teams in the half court. So why would you want to do that all game long? So, it'll be a very interesting matchup. I'm curious as to which team can kind of assert themselves early and get at their style, and kind of set the tone. That'll go a long way.
Well, you've heard this a time or two, I'm sure, over your career, but basketball is a game of runs. Coach Turcotte, very fond of saying that every single game. It's just who has the last run. I haven't even brought this up with you yet this year, which surprises me, but you were a big proponent of the shot clock. How do you think it's gone through the first 7 games of the season?
I think it's probably gone better than most people had hoped it would. I don't think in terms of the actual play, it's mattered much. There have been a couple games where the scenario at the end of the game, the other team wasn't able to hold on to the ball or had to shoot maybe quicker than they would. But in terms of the regular flow of AA basketball games, it really hasn't played much at all. There have been 2 or 3 shot clock violations in our 7 games to date, and it's not something that certainly a proponent of it, but we've tried not to focus on it too much, honestly. We've got so many other things to worry about. We got to figure out how to dribble, pass, shoot, defend. The shot clock is one thing. It's part of the game, but we're not focusing on it much, and it just really hasn't been a big part of the game thus far.
Dan Patrick brought this up a few years ago, and it's interesting, and I wanted to ask your thoughts. What would basketball look like if we got rid of the 3-point line?
It would look ugly. That's what it would look like. It would look ugly. I mean, just put on a game film from the 1970s and watch it for a while and see how different it is.
Yep.
When you're not able to space the floor, basketball gets more and more physical. And ultimately, I do think basketball is supposed to be a game of skill. It doesn't mean it's not physical, because it certainly is. But I think people want to see, and they want to play in a fashion that rewards athleticism, quickness, and skill level. And if you took away the 3-point line, you would see the court shrink significantly, and it would get very, very physical, and especially with athletes this day and age, with how big and strong they are. I don't think it'd be something we would like very much.
You don't want to go back to the bad boys style of play?
I do not. I do not think that is exactly how Mr. Naismith dreamed it up, but I think the 3-point line has improved basketball more than any rule change in the history of its existence. I think it'd be hard to argue that.
Would you have gone to college without the 3-point line?
I'd probably gone to college, but they wouldn't have wanted me to play much basketball.
Okay, that's what. Okay. Hey, before I let you go, it is National Peking Duck Day. Are you a Peking Duck fan?
Boy, not really. No, I think I'd have to say no on that one. But okay. That's an interesting note. I hadn't heard that yet, so.
Yeah, you can.
I always learn something when I come on here.
I've never had duck, so I don't know what Peking duck tastes like either.
Yeah. I can't say that's in the rotation at the Almquist residence very much. So unless do they serve that at Wendy's?
I do not think so.
Okay, well, that probably doesn't get in my diet much then.
Speaking of the Almquist household, Kayla having a great season with the girls. You finally get a chance to watch her on Friday. What's that going to be like?
It'll be fun. She's enjoying the season, and they have a great group of girls, and Coach Garson Forba really has them playing well. It's nice to see, and I'm looking forward to watching the girls team play, watching all of them play, and compete against, that'll be another great game against the Helena High ladies. And so, I'm excited for Thursday and Friday. It's a couple great days for myself personally, but I think for Helena as a whole.
I told Coach Garson Forby yesterday the roads look good for Saturday. I don't think you guys are going to have any travel issues.
That's right. No, I think we should be good.
Okay. Hey, I heard the beeping. I know you got a couple of emails. Go answer those, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good, Jason. Appreciate it.
That is Guy Almquist joining us, Capital Boys coach on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. It's your life. Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. So I'm the first to admit when I'm wrong, unlike a lot of people. But Thursday night, not Saturday. So Thursday the guys, Friday the gals, at 7 both games, and both at the Jungle. So there you go. What do you think? Should we get rid of the 3-point line? I mean, 80s basketball, the NBA was awesome. The Lakers, the Sixers, the Pistons, the Celtics. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to have a game or two played without the 3-point line counting. Like, I mean, you look back at the Bobcats of the 1920s. the late 20s, 29 national champs. And even up through, all sport or all basketball through the inception of the three-point line. But, I mean, guys were taking shots from distance. They just were only 2 instead of 3. I think it'd be interesting. You can weigh in at Jay Walker Sports on the Facebook, the text as well. So, all right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. She's got a new book out. It's a good one. I haven't read it yet, but it will be a good one, I'm sure. She's gotten a couple books, and she's been such a fighter for not only the state of New York, but people all around the country. Her name is Janice Dean, and she will join us from Fox News when we return here on the Jason Walker Show. Hang on.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. L&P Grocery offers Boulder a convenient shopping experience, whether you're stopping in for a few things or stocking up for the week ahead. From fresh produce and meat to all the staples you need to feed your family, you'll find it here. L&P Grocery is also proud to have partnerships with local brands and carry products unique to the area. Stop by to exchange propane tanks, pick up fishing tackle, grab your prescription, or get your photo taken at the Pitcher Kiosk. They're delighted to be the one-stop shop for local area Boulder residents who want to support local business. Visit lnpgrocery.com and at 215 North Main Street.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Ah, summer. A time to work in the yard and get all those projects that you've been thinking about all winter done. And when you've had enough, go to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar to cool off, relax, laugh a little or a lot, your choice. Have a drink and play your favorite games. There's plenty of new games and your old favorites. Now, if you don't want to work hard and the relaxing part sounds the best to you, then just head over to Lucky Duck Casino and Bar on Dredge behind Jade Restaurant. Happy summer, everyone.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back. Jason Walker Show, final segment, brought to you by Bowser's Lucky Dog Casino. Make sure you stop in. Hot games, warm staff, cold drinks. Drink and gamble responsibly. Still to come on this day in history, the walk-off, and more. She's been on our show a couple of times in the past couple of years. She is always fun to chat with. Her name is Janice Dean, and she is the senior meteorologist, Fox News and Fox Weather app. Check her out at Janice Dean on the Twitter, and she joins us now here, Jason Walker Show. Well, Miss Dean, it has been about a year since we talked. I think it's been about a year since your book came out, or the last book, and now you've got a new one out. But how's life?
Life is good. Not gonna complain. It's been a very mild winter, and we'll take that. Not a lot of snow here in the Northeast, except if you're a snow lover, and then you're disappointed. But so far, it's been pretty quiet. My family is healthy, and God willing, it'll stick that way.
Yes, absolutely. It has not been a mild winter here in Montana. We've had below zero in December. We've had snow. It's been a normal winter so far for us.
Right, and that's, people come to Montana to enjoy the winter weather and the snow.
Yes, and they're enjoying it for sure. Take me real quick. What is an atmospheric river?
Atmospheric river, okay, meteorology 101. That is basically a pattern in the jet stream that allows moisture to push its way into the same areas over and over again. And that's what's been happening in California. And a lot of that moisture is tropical in nature. So it's even more dense, and it's almost like a fire hose that goes right into California. And that's what's been happening over the last couple of months. An atmospheric river that pushes all of this moisture from the Pacific inland and targets the same areas over and over again.
Okay, we're talking with Janice Dean. It was the weather machine. Is that what Shep used to say?
Back in the day, almost 20 years ago.
Oh man, she is the chief senior meteorologist, right? Is that senior meteorologist?
Yeah, I am the senior meteorologist. It counts at movies all the time.
There you go. For a different reason, though. So I Am the Storm is the new book. And speaking of storms, you've written a few of them, and we've talked about them, but why this one?
Well, I didn't know that I was going to write another book, to be honest with you. But when I had the fight here in New York, we lost my husband's parents during COVID. They were both in separate elder care facilities. Found out that our former governor was flooding their nursing homes with COVID positive patients. One thing we knew early on in the pandemic was that the elderly were the most susceptible to the virus. And we found out that he was, basically seeding nursing homes. And I felt I had a platform and a duty on behalf of my family and other families to have a light on this terrible mandate that was in place for 46 days. We found out it wasn't just him. There were several other governors that did the same thing. And then our governor tried to cover it up. So in my fight, I'm still fighting almost 3 years later. And it was the inspiration. It's not all about my battle with COVID and trying to hold people accountable, but other people who go up against forces bigger than themselves to try to change the surroundings.
I think it's, I can't wait to read this one, and I did not get the advanced copy. It's okay, though. I'm in Montana. It's hard to get mail here. But give me some examples of who you talked about in this book.
There's a lot of COVID-related stories. There were a lot of parents that were standing up for their kids, knowing that kids being out of school for years instead of months was going to be detrimental. Children weren't the most susceptible to the virus, and yet there were some leaders that decided that they weren't going to go back to school, and that is going to affect us for many years to come. I talked to Jennifer Say, one of those parents that said, I'm going to move. I'm going to move from California, and I'm going to go to Colorado where the schools remain open. She lost her job for speaking out, so she's one of the chapters in there. I talked to a nurse, a traveling nurse who worked on in the pandemic to help people in New York at hospitals as they were overflowing with COVID patients. She didn't know anything about the virus like none of us did, but yet she put her life on the line to try to help the nurses here of first responders and people who are frontline workers. I talked to her, and the money that she made in New York, she put into a youth center in her hometown of Georgia. So people that go up against Goliaths, modern day David and Goliath stories, I just want to shed a light on these really important heroes that maybe people never would have heard of.
It's called I Am the Storm. Fox News and weather senior meteorologist Janice Dean joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. Response so far on this book hasn't been?
been really great, but I have the support of such wonderful people here at Fox. You know,
Yeah.
I've been here almost 20 years, so everyone has been like, if you want to come on my show and promote it, do. And you know, I have good friends like Dana Perino who said she'll read the book, she'll review it. So, you know, I just feel fortunate because I have this wonderful group of people who support me and love me and want to help me. So the response has been very good so far.
I'm not a Fox affiliate, but I am in Montana and support you. So this is, I mean, ever since 2020, you've been on this show, and I appreciate your time for sure. Where can people get the book?
They can get the book anywhere that you can buy books, but I highly recommend the local bookshops, the mom pop stores that are, you know, that went through the pandemic and are still trying to survive. So if you can go support your local bookstores, I highly recommend that.
Where are you as far as the COVID fight with the former governor of New York and the courts?
That's a good question. We're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. I have been in contact with lawyers. There's talks of a class action lawsuit, and I have more details. I will certainly let you know.
I appreciate that for sure. Before I let you go, what's in the future for Montana weather here?
You're into a weather pattern that is conducive to cold and snow right now,
Yes.
my friend.
Thank you. We are hoping for a mild spring. I want that golf season to start early, Janice.
I'll see what I can do.
Please do. Hey, congratulations. Great luck with the book, and I cannot wait to read it as well. You're an inspiration to so many across the country and the world. Keep up the fight, keep up the great work, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for your support, Jason. All the best. God bless.
That is Janice Dean joining us, Jason Walker Show. Always a pleasure chatting with her. And it's called I Am the Storm. Get out and get it. Pick it up. She's a fighter. Let's see here. What else did we see last night? There was hoops last night. And that's always a good thing. Let's run through. We didn't do BC wrestling rankings. We did AA and A yesterday. Class B, Huntley, Three Forks, Jefferson ranked 3rd, Cutbank, Whitehall. Class C, Superior, Chinook, Fort Benton, Circle, and Cascade. Your top 5 Class C and B wrestling teams. Hardin, was it last night over Lodgegrass? Both boys and girls. What a great basketball rivalry that is. And Hardin boys upset 8th ranked Lodgegrass. But good, congratulations. But great basketball in Hardin and in Lodgegrass. Love watching those teams play. Love watching the Class B and the A and the C and the double. I never can tell. I can't ever think of which is my favorite division, classification of Montana basketball. I think it might be Class C, state tournament wise. The AA is a great tournament, great hoops. The A I've called last year. Of course, that was great basketball. And I do love Class B. I don't know. I love them all. East Helena girls lost last night, by the way. 51-39. They had 28 turnovers. Got to cut down on those. Diamond Root, 23 points, 10 boards. Which have 5 steals. That's filling it up. But, yeah, a couple of updates there. All right, let's do On This Day in History. It is it's not. It is January the 18th. Wow. Peking Duck Day. It is Thesaurus Day. And it is also National Winnie the Pooh Day. On this date, A.A. Milne was born, the author of Winnie the Pooh. 1896, the first college basketball game with 5 players on each side, conducted by the University of Iowa. Student athletes from University of Chicago came for an experimental game. Chicago beat Iowa 15-12. 1950, Indians pitcher Bob Feller takes a $20,000 pay cut to $45,000. And it was his own suggestion because he went 15-14 the year before. 1983, the International Olympic Committee restored Jim Thorpe's Olympic medals in the pentathlon and decathlon 70 years after they were taken away because he had been paid $25 in semi-pro baseball. And on this date a year ago, Boston Bruins retired Willie O'Ree's number 22 jersey. It was the 64th anniversary. This would be the 65th anniversary tonight of him becoming the NHL's first black player. And one birthday today. Kevin Costner turned 68 today. Born in L.A. Now, we all know about Costner and Yellowstone and all of that, but he's been in so many great baseball movies. Field of Dreams, For Love of the Game, Bull Durham. What's your favorite? You can weigh in at Jay Walker Sports. What's your favorite Kevin Costner sports flick? Oh, Draft Day for football? What a great movie. So, there you go. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Oh, the walk-off brought to you by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Make sure you stop in for the best Cajun this side of New Orleans. And little cough, nothing serious, nothing major. Little one's been homesick, dealing with a cough and raspy voice. I think she'll be back to school tomorrow. No ballet tomorrow. She asked me the other day, we were going to gymnastics, I guess, last week and a half ago, and we're on our way, and we're sitting at the stoplight of Custer and Montana, and she goes, Dad, when's Mom signing me up for hockey? She's 4. I said, I don't know. You got to learn to skate first. But she wants to play hockey, and I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay. My wife, not so much. Now, here's the thing with my little one. She's 4. She's been on the golf course with us since she was a teeny tiny baby, a couple months old. She loves golf. She took some ski lessons this year. She loves skiing. After a day and a half, she was up on the lift. Has yet to fall getting off the lift, which is great. Everybody's done it. She barely falls coming down the hill. Now, I know she's on, the kid hills and things like that, but she loves skiing. She wants, and golf. So now she wants to play hockey. It's like, honey, you picked the 3 most expensive sports to enjoy, which is fine. It's totally fine. But the 3 most expensive sports, golf, skiing, and hockey. I don't know if I can't think of any other youth sports that are more expensive than those 3. But she definitely wants to get into it. So we'll see. She's got to learn how to skate. I don't know how to skate. I was telling the hockey coach at Providence this last week. Or yesterday. Or last week. I don't know. Remember what day I was up there last. Anyway, I was telling him, I said, we were talking about hockey. I said, look, I can't skate. But I used to be really good at roller skating. And he's like rollerblades outside? And I'm like, no. Old school. Roller skating. 4 wheels on the side, baby. You're skating around the ice or skate palace in Bozeman with your 5th grade girlfriend. Holding hands with Courtney. Oh, yeah. Those were the days. Dancing to, or skating around to, Richard Marx or something like that. That was fun. Those were the days, right? Remember roller skating? How fun was that? Should bring back roller skating. Not like, and the hockey coach, he thought I was talking about not only like outside rollerblading, but the roller derby. Like, no. Never played roller derby either, though. But anyway. Thanks to Janice Dean for joining us. The book, I Am the Storm, it's in stores now or online. Also, Guy Almquist, big game coming up Thursday for the Capital boys and Helena High boys. Top 5 matchup. Friday night, the girls will play. Both games at the Jungle. You can check us out at JasonWalkerShow.com. Is that right? JasonWalkerShow.com? I think that's right. It is. Oh, it's been a long week, and we're only halfway through. No show tomorrow. Got basketball, Frontier Conference up in Providence. So I'll be up there all day. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Thanks to all the tweets, the all-around great support. Bless me. Still, it's not a cold. We'll see you soon right here, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.